and welcome to my very first build video. With the new The Walking Dead chapter coming out today, I wanted to share my favorite 3 builds to run with your duo. Disclaimer, these 3 builds are absolutely niche and will probably not come in clutch every game. They are also meant for duos to just have fun and enjoy the game together. This is also my very first ever trying to come up with a build, let alone 3 builds. So I would love to hear your thoughts and things down in the comments down below after you've watched. I had a lot of fun testing these out in the PTB, and I look forward to using them live this week and just seeing what potential they truly do have. First, we're going to talk about build number 1, the Last Stand build. For this build, we're going to be needing the Michonne perk, Last Stand. Last Stand activates when you've been in the killer's terror radius without being chased. Then when you perform a rushed vault, you will stun the killer. The most fun way to use this perk is to try to get a save on your duo while they are being picked up. In order to do this, we need the build. For all 3 of my builds, I have what I would consider are the needed perks for the build and then some optional perks for the build. So for this build, the needed perks I would say are Background Player and Windows of Opportunity. Background Player gives you a little boost in speed when your duo is getting picked up just to make sure that you're able to get to the window in time. We did test it out without Background Player and it just didn't work out quite as well or as often as when Background Player was on, and Windows of Opportunity to help you find a window to be downed at just to make sure if you're unsure of where windows are. The best way for this build to work is to run somewhat together and have the person being chased go down at a window, and then when the killer picks up, bam! Other part of the duo vaults the window, gets a save. We were only able to get this to work a couple of times during the PTV, but another disclaimer, we're not the most coordinated duo. Then we have the optional perks. Our favorite between the 2 of us was Vigil, Iron Will, Life, and Parental Guidance. I'm a sucker for Vigil with any exhaustion perk, so I liked running that. And Parental Guidance can be nice to hide where you run off to after the stun, whereas in my duo really liked running Iron Will to be able to activate the perk even while injured without getting caught, and Life for the speed boost away from the vault. And then for build number 2, we have the Conviction build. For this build, we're going to be needing the Michonne perk, Conviction. With this perk, after you heal another survivor for 1 health state, you can activate the perk while you're on the ground and reach at least to 25% recovery. Then you will instantly recover, get the broken status effect, and then re-enter the dying state in, I believe it was like 30 seconds or something like that. So we found the best way to use this build is to work together closely with your duo and the right build to be able to pick yourself up, move to a safer location, and then completely heal yourself. You definitely need to stick close together so that your duo can take aggro once you're on the ground and allow the killer to slug you for a bit so that you can get to that 25% recovery and get away safely. So for this build, the needed perks that we thought were Plot Twist and Soul Guard. With Plot Twist, you can force the re-entering of the dying state before it's activated by Conviction in order to recover fully healed. And when using Soul Guard, it will actually activate when you get up from Conviction and then activate again after Plot Twist, allowing you to have that little bit of extra safety with this endurance status effect both times you do recover in case the killer comes back or finds you. The optional perks for this build are ultimately up to you, as nothing else really is needed once you have Conviction, Plot Twist, and Soul Guard. If you're getting a lot of slugging games, then Tenacity or Unbreakable are good choices so that you can move while recovering or to speed up your recovery. It was a bit rare for us to get this to work for both of us. We did get it one time, but typically only one of the duo will get it to work. We just got lucky with one of the killers who downed me, went after my duo, and then actually came back for me but had lost me. Just keep in mind that typically only one of you will get the whole build to work out at one time. And then the last build I have for today is the Apocalyptic Ingenuity build. For this build, of course, you will need the Rick perk, Apocalyptic Ingenuity. This will allow you to make a fragile pallet, basically think like the anniversary event palette, over a broken pallet location after you have unlocked or rummaged through 2 chests. We were a bit of a mess making this build work. As I mentioned, we're not the most coordinated duo. Then once we did figure it out, we were a bit of a menace. The best way to make this work is for both of you to be in the chest chase planning together basically, so nearby, and kind of you have to communicate with your duo on what's happening and which pallet you're going to be using. The one in chase will stun the killer. Hopefully the killer breaks the pallet, and then the second one can come in and make a fragile pallet without the killer even being aware. Then you stun them again with a pallet that the killer assumes is gone. We found that the needed perks for this build were Smash Hit and Windows of Opportunity. Having Smash Hit allows you to get away from the broken pallet a bit quicker, or to loop around to an area where the killer won't see your duo rebuilding the pallet. Then of course, Windows will help you to locate pallets that are going to be a little bit better for this, such as like a super safe pallet that the killer is going to want to break. The optional perks that we played around with this one were quite a few, so I'd love to know like your guys' input, because some of the perks that we played around with were Plunderer's Instinct, Teamwork Throwdown, Teamwork Toughen Up, Vigil, and if you would really like to be a pallet menace, any means necessary, or Chemical Trap. Plunders, of course, is just a practical one. It makes it easier to find the chest to go through to activate your perk. As I mentioned before, I'm a sucker for Vigil with Exhaustion perks for the Smash Hit, and then the two new Teamwork perks are both activated by pallet stuns. So the Rick perk, Toughen Up, allows you to not have any grunts of pain, pools of blood, or scratch marks. Depending on how you play this build, that can either be helpful or hurtful because the killer may lose you in the first chase. And the Michonne perk, Throwdown, grants endurance to all injured survivors nearby in case your teammate does get caught building the new pallet and is already hurt. At least this way, if you get the first pallet stun and your teammate does get seen, hopefully they will have that endurance status effect. The only other thing aside from perks that may help with this build is to bring a coin offering to spawn in more chests. Just keep in mind that this means the killer is going to be aware that you have a chest perk of some kind. I hope that you all have some fun with these silly little builds that my duo and I have come up with. I would really love to know how they work for any of you if you do try them out, and if you have any clips of you guys making these builds work, absolutely share them. Tag me. I would love to see it, especially since this is like my first time trying to do build things. That if you heard it here and you got it to work or it was really funny, I would love to see that. Also, again, since this is my first time ever making a build video for DBD or let alone any game, I would honestly really love feedback. I would love to keep making videos like this in the future, but I would like feedback from you guys, any questions that maybe I didn't answer making this, anything that you would like to see me do differently, or you know, whatever you want to talk about, you can put those down in the comments below. I will be doing my best to start uploading more content in the next month or so, as I do have a bunch of things filmed, and I'm looking forward to growing my content creation journey here. And so if you'd like to see more from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video even a little bit, go ahead and give it a like, as that really does help me out a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you all have some fun in the fog. Have a great day, and I will see you all later.